Hello, boys and girls and cougar parents. Today we're going to be working on how to multiply and divide numbers that are in scientific notation. It's not that bad. I'm going to model and explain for you in a few seconds. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at how to multiply and divide in scientific notation. Now here I have 2 and 3/10 times 10 to the 5th power times 4 and 1/10 times 10 to the negative 3rd power. I have two numbers in scientific notation and I'm multiplying them by each other. Over here I have 3 and 8/10 times 10 to the 5th power divided by, it's a fraction, but every fraction is really a division problem, divided by 5 and 0/10 times 10 to the negative 6th power. Let's take a look at our multiplication problem first. Now, whether we're multiplying or dividing, the first step is combine like terms. I can combine the bases. Here I have 2 and 3/10 times 4 and 1/10. Now let's write that. I'm going to do that over here. So I'll take 2 and 3/10 times 4 and 1/10. 1 times 3 is 3, 1 times 2 is 2. Put a 0 here as my placeholder. 4 times 3 is 12. Carry the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus the 1 is 9. Let's add this all up. I get 3, 4, 9. I have 1, 2 decimal places in my problem, so I should have 1, 2 decimal places in my answer. So the product of 2 and 3/10 times 4 and 1/10 is 9 and 43/100 times, and now I combine my power tens, okay, my exponents. 10 to the 5th power times 10 to the 3rd power. If you remember your law of exponents, it's really 10 to the 5 plus negative 3 power. I just add my exponents together when I'm multiplying, or I should say add my powers together when I'm multiplying exponents. Okay, let's clean this up a little bit. So my answer is going to be 9 and 43/100 times 10, and 5 plus a negative 3 is really 5 minus 3, which is 10 to the 2nd power. And my base is actually in scientific notation form, or I should say it's less than 10 but greater than 1. So my base is in the right range. I'm done with that. Now let's look over here. Now I'm dividing. I still have to do the same thing. Okay, combine like terms. I'm going to combine my base first, these two numbers, and then I'm going to combine my two power 10 numbers, or exponents. Now my bases here, I have 3.8 divided by 5, or I should say 3 and 8/10 divided by 5. So let's write that out. I'm going to go 3 and 8/10. I'm dividing that by 5. Now 5 won't go into 3, but 5 will go into 38 7 times. 7 times 5 is 35. I subtract. I get a remainder of 3. I bring a 0 down. 5 goes into 36 times, and that leaves me no remainder. I'm done. So 3 and 8/10 divided by 5 is 76/100 times 10 to the 5th power divided by 10 to the negative 6th power. Well, when I divide exponents, I just subtract their power. So this is times 10 to the 5 minus negative 6 power. Now, if you remember from our integers unit, way back in probably 6th grade when that was introduced, if I'm subtracting a negative, I'm really adding. So this is really the same thing as 5 plus 6. So let's rewrite this. So I got 76/100 times 10 to the 11th power. But I'm not done, because my base number here is not in scientific notation. The base number has to be between 1 and 10, and this is too low. So I got to bump the decimal back 1 and make it 7 and 6/10 times 10 to the 10th power. Since I already bumped this decimal 1 to the right, I'm going to knock this down by 1, make it 10, and that is my final answer. 7 and 6/10 times 10 to the 10th power. I hope that was a helpful explanation of how to multiply and divide scientific notation numbers. Remember, just combine like terms and you're either going to multiply them or divide. As always, I hope that was helpful, and if you have any questions, please bring them to class tomorrow. See you then. Bye-bye.